G'day everybody, it's Michael here from Tech and Tools, and today we are going to be reviewing a dash cam. This is the Toguard C200 dash cam. It is a 4K ultra high definition dash cam, both front and rear dash cams. Yeah. Let's get into it. Okay, so yes, here we go. We've got the Toguard C200 4K ultra high definition dash cam. Excuse me. Obviously comes with loop recording. So you can see that loop recording, G sensor lock. It's obviously got 4K or 1080p video, and built-in supercapacitor. Yeah, so let's go ahead and unbox this and have a look. So first we'll start by opening this up. So we can go like this. Alright, so first things first, we've got, like anything, a user manual. So we'll pop that aside. What's under here? The accessories. So looks like, what have we got in here? Some mounts, possibly a looks like that's a USB to, I can't remember what they're called. So let's have a look in here. So squeeze. We have a mounts for something, one of them. Maybe the front or rear camera, I would say. A spudger. Interesting. I'll try not to get all this out at once. A very small USB to, I can't remember what these are called. This type of USB are called. Maybe that's for downloading straight from the camera. Take the camera off the car and then bring it inside and download the footage without removing the SD card, possibly, I would say, because that is way too short for powering it. And in here we have another 3M. Oh, it looks like a replacement for one of them if you F it up. And what do we got here? Oh, these look like little stick-on wire. You can see that, like you stick it on and obviously you clip your wires in there. And there's 4 of those. So that's cool. Becoming helpful. Let's pop those back in the bags quickly. Or actually we'll just put that aside. Next, what do we got here? We have a cigarette lighter to, I'd say this is the main power to the actual camera. So, and it looks like it's extremely long. I wonder how long that is. It must be pretty long for, obviously, because you need to run this from some strange places. So yeah, there's the power, some power there. What we've got in here. Oh, this must be the main suction cup for mounting the camera. So, yep, there's that. Check that aside. Pretty self-explanatory. What do we got here? This is, oh, it's the rear camera. So with a disconnection here, so obviously running these is a little bit more difficult than the front one. Generally you run them along the sort of door seals on the inside of the car where wiring would go. Yep, so there's the rear camera. So I'd say that wouldn't be in 4K, I'd say that'd be 1080p because I don't think you need much more than that for a rear camera. So we'll put that aside. I'll put that back in the bag because I don't want to ruin the lens on that. What we've got here. Oh, this is a hard wiring kit. So, okay, so you've got constant power, battery power, and I'd say the red one would be, what does it say, ignition I would think, accessories, yeah, and then an earth. So we got an earth, and that looks like they come with fuses, so that's pretty cool. And constant power and accessories. So if you wanted to have because this does have the ability to run if like your car gets bumped and that and whatnot, and obviously very long line, and it's the same power connection for the actual main front camera. So that's interesting. And what have we got here? I would say this would be the running to the rear. I haven't seen that yet. Yeah, it is. So we've got the AV connector here, and that's the female version of. Let's pull this out again. So we've got the actual rear camera, and obviously goes in there. So that's cool. I'm just going to pop this camera back in its bag so I don't scratch the lenses or anything like that. Don't know if that was the bag it came in. And then I suppose this is the main event. Let's get rid of the box. So how do we open this? Let's have a look. And get that to focus. Yeah, there's the Toguard 4K UH Ultra High Definition dash cam. So as you can see, yep, there's your main power supply. Oh, autofocus, god damn it. That's the rear camera input, I would say. Your main power on. No, what do we got on this side? Oh, there's your SD card, your mic. What do R stands for? Recording, maybe. Nothing on that side. Underneath you've got, here we go. You can see that one, get that in the right light. You've got your mode, up, OK, down, and menu. You can see that properly. And obviously it's got a sticker. We'll leave that on for now until we get it installed. So yeah, so let's have a look here. Have a look at the instructions a little bit. Give us a bit of an explanation of what's going on here. So it obviously gives you instructions of how to route things. Instructions of what things do on the actual camera itself, for the front camera. Video recording modes, resolution, loop recording, wide dynamic range, G sensor, exposures, record audio, date stamps, parking monitor, optional. The optional hardwired kit connected to the parking monitor is enabled. That's why it's the hardwired kit, so it's for the parking monitor, not something I'm probably going to do. You can take photos with it. Interesting. That could come in interesting, actually. Playback mode, setup menu, auto power off. Yeah, so basically a full instruction book, current problems and answers. And then obviously in German. I'm not a linguist, but I think that's Chinese, or possibly, yeah, I think that's Chinese. Possibly, I don't know, don't quote me, it could be Japanese, I'm not a linguist. So yeah, so there's the main little camera. You can see it's not very big. where's the actual mounting bracket? So the suction cap side of it, that would go like that in your windscreen, so that would go that way. Hang on a sec. Let's figure this out. Okay. So yes, that goes like this. Oh. There, push in, and then I'd say if you're undoing this, you can. Oh yeah, you can move it around, so you can adjust it. And then this is the locking there. Looks pretty good. This looks pretty good to me. Quite impressed so far. You got the suction cap. Obviously, there's a bit of plastic sheeting on here, which I'll take off. But so that's when you stick it on, then you tighten it down, so you can see it go from that to that. So yes, the suctionability. We'll see how good that is. Always obviously clean your glass and stuff before you put this stuff on. So yeah. Alright, I suppose the next thing to do, is to install this, and I will then give you a bit of a rundown and show you how, go for a drive and see how it works. And I'll probably not give you a full tutorial, just give you my thoughts afterwards as well. I'll install it in my car, I'll set it all up, date, time, and all that sort of stuff, and run things. I think the hardest thing is going to be to run into the rear of the car. The front of the car I'm not so worried about, but removing all the trim bits to run it down the between the front and rear seats, and then obviously to the back of the car, I think it's going to be it's always going to be a pain. So if you're not, I'm an ex-mechanic. I'm a registered nurse these days, but oh, that's yeah, sorry, the focus there. Sorry, guys and girls. Yeah. So all right. So the next bit is let's I suppose I'll have a talk a bit about the price of what I paid for this. So yeah, let's get on to it. Okay, I might just quickly jump in and let you know where I got this from and how much it cost and everything like that, because some of these things can be extremely expensive. So I'm going to flick across to, I bought this from eBay, so let's just flick across to that screen. So you can see here I paid Australian $130 each for them, which in the market of dash cams is pretty good, considering this is 4K and plus 1080p for the rear camera, so I was correct there. So let's have a look at some other pictures. Yeah, there you go. There's a bit of a picture of it on the someone's dash there. 170 degree view there, 140 at the back. Yeah, so, and then the only other thing, let me flick back to me, is obviously you need to have a micro SD card, and it needs to be capable of 4K and the U3 classification on the micro SD card. So that's something you would have to buy. I have gone with the 128 gigabytes one, which I've bought. I think the one I'm currently got, I think I've got one that's 64 gigabytes, but it's capable of, it's got the U3 classification. So I think I'm a bit wonky here. Let me fix this up. Oh yeah, we were a bit wonky. Problems. So yeah, that's obviously something you obviously have to purchase. Let me just have a quick find that, how much I bought one of those for. So just let me quickly find, and this is what I purchased. A SanDisk Extreme 128GB. That's the maximum size you can go for this dash cam. Obviously they go on a loop cycle, and you can actually so you see here the U3. This is the most important part, and obviously the 128GB, and they were Australian $30 each delivered. So yeah, so once again back to me. So yeah, that's I'm filming this at night time, so tomorrow I will install the camera at the front, and I'm sure I'm going to have just a great time installing this in the back, because obviously it's a little bit difficult. So if you're the kind of person, I'm an ex-mechanic, auto electrician, so I'm not too worried about it. If you're not that capable of installing the front one, I'm sure people can install themselves very easily, but the rear camera might become a bit difficult for some people, because you have to remove trim pieces going along, like your right hand door. I mean, I'm a living in Australia, so that we drive on the right hand side, the steering wheel's on the right hand side of the car, so it would obviously have to run up the A-pillar to the camera, so the camera, across down the A-pillar, down to the floor, all the way to the back of the car, come up. It'll have to go through the when you open your boot, there's obviously a little flexible rubber seal to stop water getting in. You'd have to snake it through that, I would think, and then obviously remove trim pieces, and so that would be a lot more complex. So that sort of stuff, if you're not confident in doing that, I wouldn't recommend probably doing this sort of a job. I'm not too worried about it. I'll figure it out. So yeah, so there we go. So let's just wait for tomorrow. I'll get this installed. I probably won't video getting it installed, because God knows how long that's going to take. I need to remember looking up here, not at my screen. Sorry guys and girls. So I'll probably just end up showing you the final result, and then I will go for a drive and show you the videos, the video quality. I'll try and do a day one. I'll do a day one and a nighttime one, and so you can see whether or not this is something that you are wanting to purchase. So but I think for what was it, $130 for the actual camera, another $30 for the 128GB U3 rating micro USB, micro SD card. Sorry, let me get my information correct. We'll sorry, I'm still wearing this. So it's a total of about $160, and I think that's I think that is pretty reasonable price, because you can pay you can pay a lot of money for some of these cameras. So so yeah, we'll just wait and see that. Next time you see me, I'll run you through what it looks like in the car, and obviously at the rear of the car. And then obviously as I said, we'll do some testing, and we'll go for a drive and during the daytime and at night, and I will show you that information. So stay tuned. Okay, so we've got this mounted up here. Running through the dash line here, down the A-pillar. Actually, I've got it coming through here, down back through here, and excuse my junk in there, it's running through into here. So I haven't hardwired it. Might get around to doing that eventually. When you're looking in your windscreen, it doesn't really obstruct your view, which is nice. Excuse me, moving to the back. You've got the back one mounted, which is all adjustable. I've got it set where I need now, but you can adjust this around as much as you want. I've got it set where I like it. So that's that set up. So that's running in here. This is the hard part. So if you're doing this yourself, you have to run it through. Oh, someone has forgotten to plug that back in. Thank God I did looked at that. This is the stuff that I mean. Even I as a mechanic miss that. So there you go. That one's perfect. So yeah, so it's got to run under here, run through here, obviously down in here, down under there. You've got to run it down here, down there. It's the back door. Run it through here, the front door, up here, all the way up the A pillar, and of course across up to there. So that can be quite a challenging job. So if you're not up to that task, I would say leave it to a professional. Anyway, let's go for a drive in the daytime and see what it's like. So now we got some rain last night here in Australia. That's not always a common thing, especially where I live. Some parts of our country at the moment are actually going through some floods. So now we got some rain last night here in Australia. That's not always a common thing, especially where I live. Some parts of our country at the moment are actually going through some floods. It is the country of deserts down here, because it's very shielded from the sun. We also, and I'm speaking at a normal tone right now. I'm not yelling. I'm not whispering. Definitely not yelling or screaming. So I'm also looking forward to looking at the video. So you can see daybreak starting to hit the sunrise now, but it is still extremely dark down this road. Maybe not show it on the video, but I'm having to concentrate on the road a lot. A lot of fog there. Probably can't see that. You might see that on the video, I don't know. Very cold morning in where I live in Adelaide. Well, cold for us, it's 15 degrees centigrade. And it's just gone from summer to autumn. It's funny how I say that it's cold for us at 15 degrees centigrade. Not, it was Fahrenheit, obviously it would be much colder, but we can get up to temperatures of 45 to 50 degrees in the summertime. What's that in Fahrenheit? About 120 degrees Fahrenheit. So 110, 120 degrees Fahrenheit, which is in Adelaide, we have a very dry heat. We're not humid most of the time, and when we do have humidity, a lot of us don't cope because we do have evaporative air conditioners. We don't have refrigerated. A lot of us don't have refrigerative air conditioning, unlike in some areas of the country that like the top end of Australia, that's extremely humid, like Queensland, Territory, you know. Anyway, I'm going to pull over here. I'm going to do a U-E down here because it's very shielded from the sun. And I'm speaking at a normal tone right now. I'm not yelling, I'm not whispering. Definitely not yelling or screaming. I'm also looking forward to looking at the video. So you can see daybreak starting to hit the sunrise now, but it is still extremely dark down this road. Maybe not show it on the video, but I'm having to concentrate on the road a lot. A lot of fog there. Probably can't see that. You might see that on the video, I don't know. Very cold morning in where I live in Adelaide. Well, cold for us, it's 15 degrees centigrade. And it's just gone from summer to autumn. It's funny how I say that it's cold for us at 15 degrees centigrade. It was Fahrenheit, obviously it would be much colder, but we can get up to temperatures of 45 to 50 degrees in the summertime. What's in Fahrenheit? About 120 degrees Fahrenheit. So 110, 120 degrees Fahrenheit, which is not fun. And we in Adelaide, we have a very dry heat. We're not humid most of the time, and when we do have humidity, a lot of us don't cope because we do have evaporative air conditioners. We don't have refrigerated. A lot of us don't have refrigerative air conditioning, unlike in some areas of the country that like the top end of Australia, that's extremely humid, like Queensland, Territory, you know. Anyway, I'm going to pull over here. I'm going to do a U-E. And I'm not looking at this dash cam at all, and it's not restricting my view. So now we'll start heading east. Geez, did I get that right before? Oh my god. Half asleep. So I was heading west before, now I'm heading east. Yeah, because the sun rises in the east. Oh my god. Oh, clearly tired. Ugh. I'm more of a morning person. I wasn't going to do this at night time because I have duties at night time. I've got children to look after, so I can't do this by myself. So as I said, we're now heading east, or northeasterly direction, and then as we come around this next corner on the right, we'll have the sun. So let's see how it deals with that. Bit blinding. I wanted to test this out actually because this is the sort of stuff I deal with most days. I just realised where I've placed it in my car when I put my sun visor down. That it's actually, I can't see the camera, but I think that's a good thing because I don't think we should be looking at screens when we're driving. I don't think that's a great idea personally. All attention should be on the road. So I'm going to pop my screen down, my visor down, and hopefully you can still hear me. Trying to anyway. And I'm not looking at this dash cam at all, and it's not restricting my view. So now we'll start heading east. Geez, did I get that right before? Oh my god. Half asleep. So I was heading west before, now I'm heading east. Yeah, because the sun rises in the east. Oh my god. Oh, clearly tired. Ugh. I'm more of a morning person. I wasn't going to do this at night time because I have duties at night time. I've got children to look after, so I can't do this by myself. So as I said, we're now heading east, or northeasterly direction, and then as we come around this next corner on the right, we'll have the sun. So let's see how it deals with that. Blinding. I wanted to test this out actually because this is the sort of stuff I deal with most days. I just realised where I've placed it in my car when I put my sun visor down. That it's actually, I can't see the camera, but I think that's a good thing because I don't think we should be looking at screens when we're driving. I don't think that's a great idea personally. All attention should be on the road. So I'm going to pop my screen down, my visor down, and hopefully you can still hear me. Okay, so yeah,
there's a little bit of a run through of obviously the unboxing, having a look at it in the car, some running through some nighttime driving, some daytime driving, and yeah, I hope this helps you guys out. I'm actually quite happy with it. Some obviously the cons I would say would be, obviously it's quite difficult to mount the rear one, the rear dash cam. If you're not confident enough to do that, as I said in the video, get a professional to do that. The front dash cam is probably the main one you're ever going to need, personally, because even if you come to a stop at a set of traffic lights, then get some hit you up the butt, you're going to see if you've got red light and it's hit you up the butt, you don't really need that rear one, you know. So so anyway, a bit of a con I suppose would be that. Another con, which is sort of not a con for me, is it doesn't have the speed on the display. But if you have something going wrong, and that requires the police to look into it or something like that, they can pick a point in your video, another point further down the video, figure out the time in between, do the math, and figure out how actual fast you're going. So, and they will do stuff like that if there is a major accident. So I don't really think that's obviously something that this one's missing. So that's a con. Pros wise, I think it's very good value for money. I think the video recording was great at the front camera during the day and night. Same with the rear one. I think that was really good. And as I said, it comes with a hard wiring kit, which is a pro. So like if you parked at the car park and, you know, some idiot reverse, you know, car parks are like, some idiot, you know, knocks you, the G sensor will go off and turn everything on. So, but unfortunately, if you run it the way I've run it, once you turn the ignition power off and cut the power to the camera, it won't have that. But the ability to hook that up, and I will probably actually end up doing that. But that's not something that a lot of people, I think, buying this that just want to set it up front camera are going to do. As I said, I'm an ex-mechanical sort of auto electrician. Excuse me. So I'm quite fine with doing things like that. Not in the middle. Why am I not in the middle? There we go. No, I'm in the middle. First world problems. So yeah, there's the overall look at the Toguard C200 dash cam front and rear, 4K front, 1080p rear. I think for the $130 I paid for it Australian, and obviously another $30 for a 128 gigabyte micro SD, and I was wrong before saying that the actual maximum capacity is 256 gigabytes. So but I don't think it needs that. It has got a loop back function if you do have a car accident. When you go through, and you got to learn, obviously, like any sort of tech you buy, whether it be a mobile phone, a computer, you got to learn how to use it. You can actually lock out certain parts of the video, or turn it off, yeah. So yeah, there's my unboxing and review of the Dashcam, and I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. So if you could please hit that like and subscribe. I'm very close to getting to 1,000 subscribers. I'm looking forward to that. That's my goal. In the meantime, take it easy.